Abundance is all around you. It's here and it's here now. There's nowhere you have to go look for it. There's nothing you have to go do to make it appear or be here. It's all around you right now. That's the first thing I just want to get right out of the way and cover. Every one of us wants more of something. Whether it's a financial boost, an emotional boost, a spiritual boost, physical, there is more abundance all of us desire. And one of the most challenging things can be not knowing how to get that increase, what it is we are supposed to do. So the first principle, right, we have to be operating in the truth here. Because if we're operating from a false premise, every action we take after that will be ineffective at best. So the truth is abundance is all around you right now. And the most important question you can ask yourself is, who am I being? Who am I being? So let's start with this idea of abundance being all around us right now. We're at a very interesting point, I think, in culture, in knowledge and awareness, because we're now at a point, right, where science is saying the same thing that many, many spiritual traditions have been saying for thousands and thousands of years, which is the source of all life, which some people call God, some people call spirit, some people call source. It doesn't matter. I don't care what word we use. The source of all life is omnipresent. It is everywhere at all times. There is nowhere that the source of life isn't. So I'm going to use the word God. You sub in whatever word you like, whatever word works best for you. There is nowhere that God isn't. Some people call like this phrase, right? God's substance. Like God's substance is everywhere. The substance of God, the existence of God, what makes up God is everywhere all the time. It's in this microphone, it's in this hat, it's in this camera. It's in every fiber of your being, every hair follicle, fingernail. It is in and through you. It is literally what you are. I've heard it said that the existence, what we call us, is the individualization of God. That's the reality of who and what you are. So abundance is all around you. It would have to be. Why? Because the source of all things, God, is everywhere. This God substance permeates all existence. And I said the most important question you can ask is, who am I being? Why? Because God's substance responds to thought. God's substance responds to where we put our attention and our focus. God doesn't pick and choose what to give us. God makes available to us that which we focus on the most, that which we focused on with feeling the most, that which is in harmony with who we're being. So what is our being? Our state of consciousness, our thoughts, our feelings, our beliefs that then dictate our actions. So who am I being? What that question is asking is, how are you thinking? Where are you focusing? What feelings and beliefs are you dwelling on? Because you will get the equivalent of that. Who we are being dictates what we create in the world. And what we create determines what we receive. Who we're being dictates what we create. What we create determines what we receive. So, to put it another way, who we're being determines what we're giving to the world. What we are giving determines what we are receiving. This is what some people call the law of receiving if you're studying universal laws. We receive in harmony with what we give. So what are we giving? In every single moment, we are giving ourselves. We are giving our state of consciousness. We are giving our thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and of course our actions out to the world. Every thought you have is something you're giving to the world. It goes out from you to create and bring back to you. We are giving in every single moment. What we're almost never aware of, for most people, is what we're giving, which is determined by who we're being. So what I send out into the world is the equivalent of my state of consciousness of who I'm being. Every thought I have, every belief I hold, every feeling I am feeling, and of course every action I take, those all go out into the world. They find their matches and they bring their matches back to us. So who am I being is the most important question you can ask, because it determines everything about what you receive. So you can think about it like this at a very practical level. You can go whatever challenge you're facing. So if you're in sales, let's say, I wasn't necessarily going to use a sales example, but it's fine. We can do it. If you're not in sales, I think you'll still get this. If you want to make a sale, you can go do a million actions. Do. And it won't necessarily create the result you want. Why? Because what we do carries with us the vibration of who we're being. So if I have a problem or a challenge and I'm taking action towards that to find a solution, it's not just about the action. It's about who I'm being when I take the action. And if I'm being someone who is cloaked or covered or overwhelmed with nervousness and worry and doubt and fear, yeah, I might go do a million things towards the solution I want. But those acts by design can only bring back something of a similar quality to the nervousness, doubt, fear that I'm imbuing those actions with. So I could either do it that way, or I can take the time and the energy to change who I'm being in that moment, to return to faith, to return to peace, to return to love, to ground and center myself. And go, yes, I am going to take action towards what I want. Of course, it's part of my responsibility. And I'm going to do that in a way that can actually be effective. If I know that who I'm being is what I'm giving, and what I'm giving determines what I receive, I have to be really mindful of who I'm being. So let me change that. And then if I change that, perhaps I can find a really efficient, a really effective way to take action to then create what I want. I talked about this in earlier videos. I'll just touch on it here really quick. If you've ever studied Neville Goddard, he talks about this one sort of tool he taught, which is assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. So before you ever have the fulfillment of the wish, say it's more money, before you ever have that, you assume the feeling. You feel as if you already have it. What is that doing? It's putting you in a state of consciousness, a way of being that's in harmony with the thing you actually want. So instead of repelling it with fear and doubt and worry, you're actually magnetizing it to you. So you want to remember, we have access to what I sometimes call like the cosmic vending machine of states of consciousness. We can literally choose at any moment to embody any state of consciousness. If you tried hard enough right now, you could put yourself in a state of sadness. You could access that by thinking of things that trigger that, and then you'd be sad. You could also access a profound state of gratitude through a similar means, through where you focus your attention. So what Neville's teaching really is that you can be any way you want to be at any time, even when shit is really difficult in your life. It's still possible to be grateful. We're not telling you to ignore how you feel or your emotions. You got to deal with those. But it's also possible to be grateful, to feel joy, to find something beautiful in any moment. So what we're really talking about is the importance of self-regulation, of emotional mastery, of mindset mastery. We hear all the time how important mindset is. Sometimes I get sick of it, even though it's a word I use. Why? Because when you develop mindset mastery, self-regulation, emotional mastery, what you're really doing is learning how to embody the state of consciousness you want to embody to go create what you want to create. So you don't need your circumstances to be a certain way in order for you to feel grateful, excited, inspired, motivated, in faith, in trust. And when you're in those things, when you are embodying those states, you are giving that out to the world and you will get something back that's equivalent or better. So you start to see why mindset mastery, a mindset work by belief work is the key, because it determines your capacity to be who you want to be in any given moment, which greatly influences how you can allow in more abundance. Because that's what we're talking about here ultimately. Abundance is all around you all the time. We're talking about how do we get better at allowing it in. So you've heard the phrase, maybe you've heard the phrase, it's really common in personal growth, spiritual work. We want to have the thing first, so we feel a certain way. We got to actually feel a certain way to have the thing. So the sequence is be, do, have. Embody the state. That's a match for what you want. Do, take action towards that thing. Then have, receive. That's the equation. But we all want to do it backwards. Like, give me the thing and then I'll feel good. No. It doesn't work like that. So what we're really talking about is a law of giving and receiving. That's how abundance circulates. It's how it comes in and flows out. So what are you giving? What you're really giving is you, and you will always receive the equivalent of who you're being. So if you want to get more masterful at receiving what you want when you want it, your effort can really be put into what you could call mindset and emotional mastery, regulation. I choose who I'm being in this moment. Even if things are going crazy around me, I know that I can find peace. I know that I can find trust. I know that I can find faith. I'm going to embody those states, take whatever actions are required, and then receive what I want. All right, go put this into action. Watch what happens in your world. It's incredible. And as always, if you have any questions, if I can help, please reach out. All right, see y'all soon.